Hello, this is the review for CSC260 Exam 2, question, that's the review, question 4. So this one is not microcode, this is assembly code question. It's write a MASM proc, and all you're writing is a proc. Now I'm going to show you something with some stuff around it eventually, but what we're going to write is a proc. It takes a string parameter and returns in AL the first character in the string that's not a digit. That is the characters 0 through 9, or it returns the string terminator if they all are. And so what we're going to see is the answer to that question. Now this one, you should have your MASM documentation around to remember, but it's fairly straightforward. So here's the proc. It says return the first non-digit in the string or 0 if they are all digits. So we create not digit is going to be the name of my proc, and it's going to use EDI, nothing else actually, and it has a search string parameter, which is a pointer to a byte, which all strings are. Okay, and the first thing I do is move EDI search string, so that's why I'm using EDI for, is to hold search string, because you always want it in a register when possible. Now we're going to do a loop, and it's going to turn out that the string terminator is also not a digit. So when I find something that's not a digit, if I get to string terminator, it'll be a 0. So I'm going to compare, write the byte pointer in EDI, that is, I get the first character in EDI, and compare it to 0. And if it's less than that, if it's less than the 0 character, it means that the ASCII code is too small to be a digit. Ignore all these little email announcements. Now, so even if it's the string terminator, I'm done as soon as I find something that's not a digit. So then I check if it's greater than 9, character 9, that means with quotes around it. Then it's too large to be a digit. And the next thing, if neither of those are true, and then I got to inc EDI. I'm going to increase EDI by 1, so look at the next byte, and I'm going to jump to digit loop back up here. So it's simple. So we're going to keep on incrementing. Do not forget to increment either the index or the pointer, that is the location, or anything like that. That's my most common error, and that leads to an infinite loop, because you'll keep looking at the same character, say, oh, it's a digit, and it's a digit. There's the one at the beginning of the string, it's a digit, and you never look at the rest. Okay, now, not digit done is what happens if you find something that isn't a digit, either a string terminator or a character that's not a digit. We're going to move the character in EDI to AL, just like it says. Puts the results in AL and return. And that is the answer. Now the question, you might be wondering, what's the question? Okay, so I'll show you how. Now, as usual, because this is a review, I actually created the code and ran it, and there we see. I can make that a little bigger. Okay, let's make that just a little bigger to get. I can read that, but there's no reason you should. Let's change the font to make it a little bigger. Come on. Editor fonts. Just trying a fix. Console S is probably a console font. Let's use it, and we'll pump this up to Let's try console is 20. That looks healthy. Say OK. OK. Here we go. Now, we're going to return the first non-digit in the string by 0 if they're all digits. So this is the same code you saw before. And I have a little guy here so that I can output get a string with a single character in it. So that's going to create a string. So the character will go into this part, and there's the string terminator. Now, okay, and so here's the proc that I just described, and here's the thing. I'm going to invoke not digit on an input from the user. So they'll send not digit the input, enter a string. Okay, I'm going to compare AL to 0, and if it is equal to 0, that means I've reached a string, then they're all digits. So I output they are all digits. Otherwise, I take my character and embed it in a string, and then print the non-digit in your string is, and I give it the location of non-digit char, that's offset. And then in both cases, I go back and try again, so I can test the routine over and over again. And I've already compiled this. So all I have to do is run it. And once again, let's go back to properties. Okay, font. Let's make that a little more readable. Okay, so I'm going to enter a string, and we can test it with starting with the empty string. They are all digits. Right? Didn't find any non-digits now. If I go 1, 3, they are all digits. But if I go the non-digit in your string was A, so it found an A, the first non-digit. Okay. Now, remember, once again, I want to warn you. Be aware, even if it's punctuation, it will find the punctuation. Okay, so you'll believe me. Now remember, all the questions in your exam are going to refer somehow to your name. So remember, keep aware of what the letters in your name are. Not my name, not the user's name, but your name, the test taker's. And you're going to see that. So be real aware, and that's going to be based on whatever you write on the front of the blue book. Other than that, remember, you can't leave the room until the exam is, until you're finished and you've handed in your exam, and then you can't get back. And aside from that, and remember your cell phones, and every piece of tech besides your calculator has to be off. You can use a calculator. I'm not sure how much you'd want to, but you can do it if you want. As you see, it really doesn't come up that much. So, it might come up a little more because we're going to be dealing with the ASCII codes in your name in this, but still it won't be a ton. So, I'll leave it at that, and we'll finish here.